I'm Philip Ivory, I'm 75 and I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes 12 years ago. Diabetes does present challenges, which I regard as problems to be solved if possible. People like me depend on the help and support of health professionals, but I firmly believe that a self-management approach makes it much easier to cope with the problem of living with diabetes. The diagnosis was a shock. My sister had diabetes and was on insulin, so I knew this was something to be taken pretty seriously. This was the biggest challenge. It took time to get used to the new medications and the change of lifestyle. I decided to learn more about the disease and treatment. I went on courses run by Diabetes UK, and there are various self-management programs such as Daphne, Desmond and Expert. I took part in an expert patient program near where I live. Reading books, talking to my GP and diabetic nurse also helped a lot. I soon learned to test blood sugar levels with finger pricking and a meter. This is very useful and helps to manage sugar levels. I learned to balance my food intake with medication. I can usually tell if my sugar level is low. For example, if I haven't eaten properly during the day. Then I can get back to normal with a quick dose of carbohydrate and a proper meal. Likewise, high sugar levels can make me thirsty, and so I'll eat less next time I eat, and so on. Eating and nutrition is important. I follow the standard advice to eat a healthy diet: fruit, vegetables, plenty of carbohydrates and some protein. But I try to avoid fats. This was how I try to keep my weight under control. It's better to cook in the oven rather than in the frying pan. Fatty foods raise cholesterol, which affect the cardiovascular system, which is an extra risk when you have diabetes. This is a challenge if you, like me, you like to have a really good cooked breakfast. Activities, physical exercise of all kinds, according to your ability, makes a real difference. I enjoy walking most of all. There are many, many benefits. Exercise keeps down your weight, builds up your muscle, reduces fat, creates a sense of well-being and sharpens the brain. The list goes on. It improves cardiovascular health, promotes mobility and independence. Exercise is a seriously enjoyable challenge. Even 20 minutes walking down to the shops makes a difference. People with diabetes usually take a number of medications, tablets, insulin, or both. Keeping to routine is essential. It's important also to make sure you don't run out of stocks and ask for repeat prescriptions well ahead of time. It's important to book regular appointments at the GP or hospital clinic for HbA1c tests and other tests, including blood pressure, liver and kidney function. As diabetes can cause damaging complications, self-management means keeping an eye on foot care, eye problems and dental health. With foot care, look out for ulcers, cuts and blisters, which can lead to diabetic foot disease. Go to a chiropodist from time to time. Check for neuropathy in the feet, which is a very common complication of diabetes as time passes. Right, just taking off my shoes. Take off one, take off the other. Always a problem. Then the socks. Make sure your feet are clean. Right, every day I make sure that I look at the sole of my foot, I look around it, the sides, any sign of blisters, any hardening of skin, and then I do the same thing with the other foot. It's very quick, it takes only about 30 seconds, and I'm satisfied, and then back on with the socks and shoes. People with diabetes are entitled to have eye tests for possible problems. Screening for diabetic retinopathy, cataract and glaucoma is important. Annual visits to an optometrist or a hospital eye department are vital. Diabetes can make gum disease worse, so again, regular checkups are important. This emphasis on checkups suggests that having diabetes is a full-time job. But we all have our non-diabetic lives to live. I've talked about how diabetes presents challenges and problems, because diabetes is often an invisible condition. It's good to educate friends and families about the disease and its treatment. For example, how we need to look after ourselves carefully. in terms of food shopping and diet and cooking. We need to explain about hypos and how to deal with them, and so on. But it's not all doom and gloom. I would like to stress the importance of living our lives in as normal way as possible. This is a kind of really enjoyable challenge. There's more to life than having a chronic condition. Life goes on with friends and family, jobs and interests, just as before you had diabetes. Modern medical and nursing care, plus effective self-management, has made a world of difference, helping us to enjoy successful and healthy lives. It may sound obvious, but we need to take care that we do not become a burden to ourselves. And this is really important, not to become a burden to those nearest and dearest to us. Self-management can give us a sense of confidence, genuine well-being, and a sense of purpose. There's a lot to be said for being your own boss when it comes to having diabetes.